What's up, guys? We had a killer day on PrizePicks, so we cashed this 5-leg parlay, turning $100 into 1,000. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking ahead to tomorrow, right? So a lot of people on Thursday night, they're thinking about their bets on Thursday. What I'm thinking about is where's the early value for Friday as sportsbooks start to post odds. So the tool I generally start with on OddsJam is the positive expected value tool. So we know on PrizePicks, for example, that we're getting minus 119 odds when we're playing a 5 flex or a 6 flex, right? So we know we're getting minus 119 odds in a 5 flex play. So we're looking for value at minus 119 odds. So the first play you can see right here is Coco Gauff versus Iga Swiatek over 17.5 games on PrizePicks at minus 119 odds. Right, so why is this bet so good? Why do we like this bet? Well, take a look at the sports books, right? Books are pricing this around minus 150, minus 155, and we're getting minus 119 on PrizePicks in a 5 flex. So this is crazy value, right? All the sports books are telling us, yo, this over should be heavily favored. We're getting it at minus 119 in a 5 flex on PrizePicks. Crazy value, right? So the way I kind of like to think about sharp sports betting is, imagine you had 6 different prices for Bitcoin. On PointsBet, they're telling you Bitcoin should be $154. On BetMGM, they're telling you Bitcoin should be priced at $165. On FanDuel, $166. On Pinnacle, right? So Pinnacle is known to be the sharpest sports book out there, the sharpest bookmaker in the world. They're pricing this at minus 142. So they're telling you this should be $142. Resorts World, $155. Do you want to buy this on PrizePicks at $119? And it's kind of like, well, yeah, getting this at minus 119 when all of the books are pricing this around minus 155 is crazy value. So that's the first play I ended up locking in, as well as these 2 NHL shot on goal props. So, it's not like I woke up today wanting to bet on tennis. I'm following the value, right? OddsJam is constantly updating millions of odds, pointing out to you for whatever filters you set up, where the value is in the market, where the profitable plays are. So as a sharp bettor, just let OddsJam do the heavy lifting and point out these plays where every book is pricing something around minus 155 and you're getting it at minus 119. This minus 119, in fact, is an arbitrage bet to Pinnacle, to FanDuel, and to BetMGM. So the market is crossed. So by definition, PrizePicks has to be profitable. Either PrizePicks is profitable, the over 17.5 at minus 119, or getting the under 17.5 is profitable on all 3 of these sports books. You can't have arbitrage, right? You can't have crossed markets in sports betting without there being a profitable bet. So the arbitrage tool, again, shows you plays where you can bet on both sides of the market and make a risk-free profit. So right here, we can bet on the over, the under, make a risk-free profit between PrizePicks and FanDuel. So we know one of these plays has to be profitable. Anyways, let's move on. So the next tool I use and like to check on OddsJam is the low holds tool. So the positive EV tool is a bit restrictive, not in a bad way, but the positive EV tool requires for a play to show up that there be a certain number of sports books posting odds on that play. So for example here, this play on, tennis total games in Coco Gauff versus Iga Swiatek, there's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sports books in New York posting odds on this play. And then if we go to another state, you can see there's, dozens of books posting odds on this play. And they're all pricing this wager around minus 150. So we have really high confidence that minus 119 is a profitable bet on PrizePicks. So essentially, the EV tool requires that there be a lot of books, right, posting odds on a play for it to show up. So The low holds tool is more flexible, less restrictive than the EV tool, right? The positive EV tool is meant to be a tool that you can literally put in the sportsbooks you use. So typically all I do is I set max odds of like plus 190, and then I select the sportsbooks I'm using at the time, and I literally just hit all of these bets, right? Like, the tool is that good. It is that restrictive that any play that shows up on this tool is going to be profitable. OddsJam is scanning millions of odds, updating millions of odds in real time, right? FanDuel, DraftKings, all different markets to show you plays that are mathematically profitable, to show you those rare few betting opportunities where sportsbooks are screwing up and offering way too much value. Right? PrizePicks is charging minus 119 VIG in a 5 flex, so that's a fair amount of VIG. So it's not like, it's super easy to beat PrizePicks. But OddsJam is scanning the thousands of odds kind of on their website to point out those rare few betting opportunities where they're screwing up, where all books are pricing something at minus 155-ish, and we're getting it minus 119. So again, the low holds tool is more flexible because the low holds tool, unlike the EV tool will point out this particular bet is profitable. So here, for example, the EV tool is telling us, in this Coco Gauff Iga Swiatek tennis match, you want to take the over at minus 119 odds. That's the play with a mathematical profit margin, and here's your profit margin. And you have to remember, 3.27% a day is a lot, right? If you're earning 3% ROI even a day, every day on your bets, 3% a day is 90% a month. So that means your bankroll would go from, $2,000 to $3,800, right? Your bankroll will go up 90% every month if you can earn 3% edge or ROI on a daily basis. That's why sports betting is so powerful. If you have a 3% return ROI daily on your bets, that's 90% a month. 3% a day, 90% a month. Crazy. Your bankroll goes from 10K to 19K, right? This is just math. Like, there's nothing crazy going on. But again, let's go back to the low holds tool. So the low holds tool is more restrictive than the EV tool, right? So the EV tool will just show you and highlight for you this bet is profitable, and we have super high confidence that this play is really profitable. Like here, every sportsbook is a huge line discrepancy to PrizePicks. It's very clear getting minus 119 on PrizePicks is insane value, and that's a play we want to be on. And again, get more sportsbooks. More books, more profitable betting opportunities. Not every book has the same line. If you don't have PrizePicks, you can't place this bet. There's no value on the over 17.5. You want more books. But the low holds tool is more restrictive, or less restrictive. It will just show you line discrepancies between any sports books, right? So there can only be 2 books posting odds, and a play will show up on the low holds tool. It won't show up on the EV tool if only 2 or 3 books are posting odds. So here, what you're going to notice is for player goals, there's only 2 other sports books, Pinnacle and FanDuel, that are posting odds on Austin Matthews to not score a goal, right? Caesars and BetRivers are only posting one-way markets, as they're called, one-way markets. They're only giving you odds to bet Austin Matthews over. They're not letting you bet his under or to not score a goal. So that's the difference between FanDuel and Caesars. Caesars says, hey, you can only bet on Austin Matthews to score a goal. FanDuel also lets you bet on him to not score a goal, right? So this is called a one-way market. This is a two-way market on FanDuel, right? So one-way, two-way, one-way, two-way. So essentially, because there's only 2 sports books, this OddsJam column, we just copied Pinnacle's odds. So because there's only 2 books, FanDuel and Pinnacle posting odds on the under, this play won't show up on the EV tool. But if you put in Pinnacle's market, plus 109, minus 145, into a no vig calculator, you're going to see, hey, the under with no vig should be priced at minus 124-ish. That's the no vig odds with the vig removed. We're getting minus 119 on PrizePicks. So we're getting better odds than the no vig odds, which is always what you see on the EV tool, right? No vig odds, minus 127.87. You're getting minus 119 in a 5 flex, so that's 3.27% edge. So same with the low holds tool, same math applies. You put in Pinnacle's market, you put in the market from the sharpest bookmaker in the world. The fair line on the under is minus 124. We're getting better odds on PrizePicks, minus 119 in the flex, so this play is profitable, right? Sure, there's less books posting odds on this, but regardless, to FanDuel in Pinnacle, this play on Austin Matthews to not score a goal looks incredible. So that's the second tool I ended up using. So here's my play on PrizePicks. 6 player props, and then the play on Iga's right here, right? So I also included, here's another one. I already did a video about this play, but 5 picks. You can see literally just taking this tool from the EV tool, following the data. I don't trust my gut. You shouldn't trust your gut. 99.9% of sports bettors trust their gut, which is why they lose money betting. But here I have a 6-pick flex on PrizePicks. So we're getting minus 118.4 odds, something like that. So in a 6 flex, we've gone through the math. You're getting minus 118.4 odds. And you can see I have Austin Matthews to not score a goal. Then I have some random tennis plays. And you may be like, yo, Alex, where did these tennis plays come from? Well, they're middle bets. So you can see here, I have Grigor Dimitrov over 5.5 aces on PrizePicks. I also took him under 6.5 on Underdog. So PrizePicks had the line at 5.5. Underdog is at 6.5. That is a big line discrepancy, right? His most likely point, given books have his line at 5.5 is 6.5, is him having exactly 6 aces. That is the center of the distribution, the most likely outcome according to where books are putting their lines. And you have to remember, if Dimitrov has exactly 6 aces, we cash our over 5.5 on PrizePicks. We also cash this under 6.5 on Underdog. We win both bets. And it's same for Alex Demore, or whatever his name is. Less than 5.5, over 4.5 on Underdog. So if he has 5 aces, we win the over on Underdog. We also cash the under right here on PrizePicks. So that's called a middle bet, right? And OddsJam has a betting tool also for middle bets that I definitely recommend that you check out. And we have some content on middle bets as well. So a bunch of player props for today. We have 6 here on PrizePicks, 4 on Underdog. Take a screenshot if you want to tail them. Again, I don't control when lines move. So if any of these move, and then here's another 5 on PrizePicks. So if any of these move, I apologize. I don't control when lines move. And let's make some money, guys.